Hey, it's Andre, and it's time for another Friday flying update, the first one of February 2016. And I apologize for last weekend. Unfortunately, I was very much under the weather and didn't get out flying, and certainly didn't do a Friday flying update. But at least you saw some extra footage of the Tundra in the air. Speaking of the Tundra, this is the FPV Canopy. So that's balsa, which has been laser cut. I've done some quick little modifications to it to allow the pan and tilt module to work, and also added a tether to hold down the FPV transmitter. So that is a Fat Shark, 250 milliwatt. There's a nice video aerial system, ultra whip, and that is the Pilot HD version 1. And of course, I've gone and added an 8-channel receiver to the Tundra and programmed in the goggles and the head tracker and everything. So we're looking forward to doing that and going FPV flying with that plane. Probably not going to happen this weekend because we've had a lot of freezing rain and the field is basically a sheet of ice. You know what happens when foam planes hit a sheet of ice, right? Ask the effects. They get crumpled. So probably not going to fly that one. Might do something like the Skipper. And recently I added a nice little FPV setup to the Skipper, and I'm looking forward to trying that. Now, the only warning I received was from the New York Hobby King guys saying, watch the deck when you're coming in on final. You could hit that a little too hard and, well, damage the poor Skipper. So thanks for the warning, guys. We'll try to be gentle with it. Next on the test bed as well is from gearbest.com. That's that camera quad that I'm supposed to get out and fly. Unfortunately, I still haven't got it outside. The conditions have not been right, or the pilot hasn't been available. So I am going to try and get that out very soon, and I'm going to try and fly with the Wi-Fi as my monitor, and see how the latency feels, see if it's even practical and possible to fly outside, you know, with daylight glare and stuff like this. So that's coming, I promise. I'm going to get to it. It's just the conditions have to be right, because there's no point in me shooting it unless I do it correctly. So, from Banggood, I was really hoping this was going to be an ESC, but instead it is a UBEC. And it's actually a UBEC that I'm going to use to power the production cameras, the field cameras for now. When we were shooting last weekend, or the other weekend with the Tundra, the batteries only lasted about 30 minutes or less due to the cold. So with a UBEC, I'll be able to supply power, and I'm also going to be able to pull video out of the camera and use a larger screen, because that was another issue. The monitor would shut down, you wouldn't get a video out, so you wouldn't be able to see the shots, and it's only a little 1.5 inch on those little action cams. Long term, I am going to be looking at a much better camera, but that has to wait until the funds are there for me to do it. So it is coming. Now, the big box that came in this week from Flite Test, is the FT Arrow. James and I are really excited about this. Thank you, Flite Test. It's awesome. Actually, we have two. Mine is going to be a 3S with 9-gram servos, another FPV setup, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. James is going to be a 2S setup with 5-gram servos, as light and nimble as possible, as docile as I can make it. We're going to run him on the 9X, we're going to buddy box, and he is going to use this as a learning platform. I will throw him on other airplanes. I've got the 48-inch Cub, and last year he flew that one, and the FT Racer, and did really well. Might throw him on a few other things like the Tundra, and just get him back into the groove of flying, but I think this is going to be his main one. I also have the FT Mini Scout, and we're hoping to shoot a little bit of content and really get him back into the groove of flying. He had fun last year, but it's, you know, during the winter, if it's not his passion, I get that. But he's actually very excited and very interested. When I showed him this last night, he didn't quite get the dynamics of how it works, because he's like, well, where are the regular wings and all this? So it'll be a really cool, awesome learning experience. Speaking of Flight Fest, July 14th to the 17th in Ohio, back at Fury Field. See you there. 3rd year in a row. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to work with Austin and the crew and get down with their Chris, Wayne, and Mike and have a really good time just talking to everybody. Not sure how much flying we're going to get, but we've got some ideas what we want to do. So pay attention. And speaking of the After Hours crew, tomorrow we're going to be doing a podcast and talking and doing a bunch of... I know Chris has been frantically emailing us, sending us all kinds of crash stories, and we think David's going to join us and everything, so it should be a good old time. What am I doing after the show? Well, if you notice, the white bench is missing. Well, I've finally gone and bought the material I need to build a proper bench. So that is a big piece of bamboo, 72 by 25 inches. Probably going to set it up so it's on a platform and gets up about 40 inches or so. So because this is a really good building height, I'm looking so forward to do it. So get that built, and then we're going to dive into the Mini Arrows. So have a fantastic weekend. Hope to get out flying. We'll see how the conditions feel and how the field looks and everything. If you get out, have a great time. Talk to you later. Thanks.